Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a good day. So finally, this video was supposed to be a good video where I was going to be using all the Warpaints Fanatics, well not all of them, but I mean a whole bunch of them on a single miniature. It was going to be it is Wolverine from Marvel Zombies as the hero version. And as I was editing the video, I started noticing a lot of mistakes I was making, how the miniature was turning out not good at all in a way. Anyways, so I just want to say this was a hard one to put out here because I find I'm not proud at all of this miniature. I could strip it down, but I don't have the patience for that and to restart it again. So I'm just going to learn from my mistakes on this one and just start again on another miniature and try harder, because I found some of the Warpaints Fanatics on this one was, instead of like working together, it was becoming too thick. Now, the primer I used was Demonic Yellow from the Army Painter in the spray can, and it's an older can, and it was very goopy when it was coming out in the first place. It wasn't, and this guy's been primed like forever, just sitting on my desk, and I was waiting for the new paints to paint him. Anyways, I just want to thank you guys again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video anyways. Sorry that it's not the best looking miniature out there, and it's not what you expect from me probably. Well, you know what, I didn't expect this from me, so it was a hard to come back and see that painting a miniature is not always easy and doesn't always come out the way you want it to. So don't give up, because I almost did. I was like, oh god, this was discouraging. Plus I was seeing other miniatures being painted online again, and it's so hard when you see so many people with such talent produce such beautiful miniatures. But again, this channel is to help people just get their gray shame to the table looking way better than just gray plastic. Anyways, again, thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to hit that like button, and I hope you watch this till the end, and we'll see you in the next one.
Alright, welcome back to the channel, folks. Hope you're having a good day, and today we're going to be painting Wolverine from Marvel Zombies. Yeah, here's just a quick shot of him while I was painting him there. And we're actually going to be doing this with a step 1, step 2 kind of thing. And we're going to start with a primer, which is Demonic Yellow from the Army Painter. This spray can was acting a little wonky, and anyways. Step 2, a wash. We're going to apply a wash, a light tone, all over Wolverine. Yes, I forgot to record, but this is what it looks like. Step 3, our base coats. And this is where we're going to be using Warpaints Fanatics, and here's all the line we're going to be using. These are all pretty much some of the higher up ends, some of the middle, whatever. And we're coming back with the Demonic Yellow to bring out all those areas that were done with the original primer. And frankly, I should have stopped after this color. And this video is going to be a lot of what not to do kind of thing. I was really going to test out the base coating, kind of like a triad of colors, and doing base coats, highlights, and then edge highlighting and all that. But as I was going, there was a lot of colors. I was like, oh my god, why did I do this? Why did I do that? And I was missing sections. I was painting over other areas. I was really painting this like as if I was first time painter, and it was really discouraging at the end when I saw the outcome, and I was like, oh my god, I painted this looks like garbage. And anyways, but I mean, you guys are my biggest critics, and you're gonna be able to tell me, hey, it's okay, it was okay, you tried, whatever, and it looks good. Or you're gonna be like, yeah, we agree with you, it looks horrible. And I don't mind. I want to hear all these comments, because I want to know you guys are actually, 1, watching my videos, and 2, you're actually maybe learning from my mistakes. However, as we're painting on here and we're using the Imperial Navy color here, we're seeing though how Warpaints Fanatics covers amazingly well. Now, the problem is, as I'm putting on layers, and I didn't seem to notice this when I was doing the other triads with the 6 colors, is that some of the paints go on still a little thick, even with some water or whatever, and then have a bit of a texture to them, if that's even possible. And I was noticing that, especially in the yellows, there was something going on there where it seemed like to cake on to the paint and give it a really fake look to it, and it was not pretty at all. And in the end, you'll see it. I end up putting another wash on top of everything, but you'll see that in the end. It kind of brings it back all together, but when it dries, you'll see what you saw in the final picture at the beginning there. It, again, you know, excuse me for a video where maybe you were hopeful and I let you down on that, but you know, sometimes I use the wrong brush, and anyways, it's kind of weird because I feel like I'm relearning to paint again, because I'm gone back to this. I've been speed painting for so long and using speed paints, and sometimes I did like old war paints and stuff like that, but I feel like because I was trying so hard on this one to make it look pretty, and I know this channel is supposed to be like spend less time painting, and this does take a lot longer when you're doing all these layers, base coats and highlights and edge highlighting and all that stuff, and taking your time. But I really wanted Wolverine to pop, and actually at the end you're gonna see I'm gonna have a side-by-side with the zombie version of Wolverine that I painted way long time ago, and a link for that video will also pop up at the end for you to go watch that if you haven't already. Pure red as our next color here. You saw me use a matte black before. Pure red just for his belt. Really nice coverage though, beautiful. Ruby skin. This was much lighter than what's on the bottle, even what the paint looks like in the bottle. This is very, very pale, but his skin on the background color, oh my god, I can't speak this morning, on the image there, on the oh my god, anyways, is quite pale. Anyways, I'm guessing the light is doing that, but that was the point of doing all that. But I mean, you know, you learn. Next was Oak Brown. I believe they used to have this in the old paint range, and it was horrible, this Oak Brown. It was so glossy and ugh, I don't know, it was just so wrong with it. Now it looks like an Oak Brown, which is just amazing. Like, and it's got such good coverage. Look at how it covers up the yellow really well. Then I'm using some Great Hall Gray for the base, all the rock. Now I'm not gonna go super crazy highlighting on the rocks. I'm just gonna apply a shade to it. I end up hitting his helmet. I forgot that he had his Weapon X helmet on the ground there, and but it's okay with the color I'm gonna paint over it later. It covers it up, so not a big deal. However, this is again a place where I was like, what's going on here? I missed a whole bunch of the rocks. You'll see it in the spinning part at the end. I was like, what? As I was recording the spinning part of the miniature, I was just like, wow, I missed so many spots of the yellow, and it just looks horrible. And anyways, Shining Silver, one of their old metallic colors coming back in the new Warpaints here, so you get to see how it works. It is pretty shiny. I would say Mithril is even more shinier than this one. This one's a little bit more dulled down, so it's actually pretty good for those of you who don't want their metallics to be super metallic. Next, our first highlights, which is step 4. Here's the colors I'm going to be using for those. So we're moving on in all the flexible triads. We're moving up a couple steps or one step. And the first one is Space Dust. And this is where I start regretting my choices of what I want to do with the paints and all that. Because I was like, all right, I watered it down, by the way. And I was supposed to glaze. I don't understand glazing still. I know what it is. I know what you're supposed to do. But I don't think I've mastered that yet. And this is where I feel like I'm starting to mess up the miniature. But when I put the crystal blue on, I was like, okay, I got this. I can handle this. This is looking really nice. This is doing what I wanted it to do. It could be that the yellow I went for, I should not have went for that yellow. I should have went for the one right after Demonic Yellow, possibly. And I don't think Space Dust was. So I think it was too much of a jump from a dark to a light. Anyways, and then I was using deep gray on top of the black here, just to edge highlight some of the areas of his mask and the boots and some of the other lines. And then I was using Ruddy Umber to highlight the tree trunks, and then I realized that it was I put too much on my brush at one point and it just went over. But as you start letting it come off of your brush and you kind of like dry brush on, it turns out looking really cool. And especially with the wash later, it blends all together. Pearl Skin was the next highlight I did on his skin there. And now we're moving on to the final highlights, and we're only using a few paints here, a couple paints actually. Ice Yellow, Bright Sapphire. Again, I think my jump with the yellow was too much. I'm trying to really glaze it, like I really watered this down. I really want to blend it in to have the underpainting come through a little bit, but I think I messed that up. And this is where I started really noticing again, it was getting thicker. I felt like it was like making the model heavy. And I don't know what I don't know, just bear with me. This is almost over. Some of that Bright Sapphire now. I was just trying to, I really glazed this. as much as I could. Put a lot of water on my little brush, tiny little brush here from the army. This is one of them that they gave with the complete set. You get this brush with it. It's the, I don't remember what it's called, but I think Fine Detail or something like that. Anyways, and we're going to apply some washes now, or some shades. One is going to be a strong skin shade, and then a dark tone on the rest of the model. So we're going to start off with the dark tone. We're going to put that on entire miniature except for the skin. I do hit the skin once, but that's not a big deal. And then this had dried for a while, but I have a feeling some of the last yellow didn't dry properly, and it kind of sort of smushed over onto some of the black areas that I had. And I noticed that after, and I was like, what the heck happened here? And then the strong skin shade was applied to the skin. Again, not super proud of how this miniature turned out. You can see a lot of the mistakes, a lot of the spots I, for some reason, the wash didn't get to. I don't know. It just looks like a 2-year-old painted this. Anyways, I hope you enjoy. Anyways, here's the zombie versus the hero version. Again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you all in the next one.